this November evening, but all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store, as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Ethan Evans now. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Lions will take over. Throwing to start the drive. Fowler. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down. Yeah, look at this defense for the Vikings. They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Fowler. That's into the hands of the rookie from Florida. Here comes 3rd and about a foot. Now a first carry here for their running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Being chased out left. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. But give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has, and if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wheeler. counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Operating from the gun, Fowler. He's got it to Williams. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete. The Vikings hit 9-2 to start play. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. You talk about this Lions defense.
And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
That is caught.
And he is tackled inside the 49, right to the 35. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Well, this defense for the Lions, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
From the gun on 3rd down. Kirkpatrick.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
First down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Looking to throw. Fowler. And he knocks the ball away and it throws incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball. But he's unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space. Couldn't uncover at the end of the route. And that one winds up incomplete.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. Operating from the gun. Fowler able to find the open man. That's complete. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
Operating from the gun. Fowler, flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there
with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year.
And they are able to add on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. At their own 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the Vikings who won that one on the road, so they'll look for the sweep here in Minneapolis. Here's 2nd and 8. His throw incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Kirkpatrick. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Ethan Evans on now to punt. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Schwartz. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. At 2nd down.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Back to throw again. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. 28 yards.
And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Butker is on target,
and he makes the score 21-10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Fowler sliding out of the pocket. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
That's what they have to do more defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey.
3rd down and 13.
Operating from the gun. Fowler.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. Back to throw now on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Here's 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Fowler.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they got a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes at that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
From the gun on 3rd down.
Kirkpatrick,
and that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. 3rd and 7 now. That catch for his career is number 731, and that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah, what could have been for him. So maybe now what we'll see is someone else continue to elevate their game and put this number well in his rearview mirror. I think 800, not out of line here.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. A final shot before break. Fowler. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Operating from the gun, Fowler. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Fowler. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able.
This is caught inside the 15. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there for Detroit. 52 yards. Another good throw there in what has been a strong rookie season to this point, Charles, as he now has surpassed the 3,000-yard mark with that last completion.
And just think, he's been forced to learn on the job here in his first year. Normally, veterans talk about, hey, I've got the answers to the test before the game even begins. But this guy's taking the test with every throw, with every game. And so far, he's passing with flying colors.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now a play fake here on 1st down. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 53 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's 2nd and 3. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Lions take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Off the play fake. Kirkpatrick escaping, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Aiden Hutchinson. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football and not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Forced out to his left.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he will find his man on the outside. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Fowler. And that will be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has now allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
And that's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Kirkpatrick. Throw left side complete. That's Schwartz. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Kirkpatrick. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20.
With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
They'll try to run this one in. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Vikings get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he'll get in. And they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this game, it could very well turn out to be the shocker of the weekend. Not too many expecting them to come in here and win. And they're not just winning, they're dominating. And now trying to finish this one off. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7. Good gain there on 1st down and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And to the 46 he goes and no further. So he is well short of the 1st down marker. Here comes the Lions punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Throwing to start the drive. Kirkpatrick, quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Looking to throw. Kirkpatrick. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 68 yards. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. What was once a really comfortable lead is not so comfortable anymore. Down to a two-score game after they've seen a pair of touchdowns go against them on those last two drives.
Yeah, they've got to find a way to get off of autopilot right now, okay? Get back to what was working for them earlier. Understand that they still have a two-score lead, so it's not dire, but at the same time, okay, guys, let's mash the gas. Let's get going again. Let's have some fun.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 127 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to